Gojo versus Kakashi is not a stomp, and most people are ignoring the one ability that more or less decides the entire fight. On one side you got Gojo. He's the strongest sorcerer of today, known as the honored one who bears the 6 eyes. Infinity makes him basically untouchable, and he's a master of utilizing cursed energy and cursed techniques. On the other side of it, you have the copy ninja, Kakashi, of the Sharingan. War veteran, tactical genius, and someone whose experience has led to him fighting a variety of opponents that range anywhere from fodder level threats all the way up to literal god tier villains. Alright, let's go ahead and start with everyone's favorite anime sensei, Gojo. His biggest advantage is Infinity. This is basically the main tool in his kit that gives all his opponents such a hard time. Infinity essentially slows down any and all objects, enemies, and attacks that get too close to him infinitely. This pretty much gives the illusion that he's completely untouchable, which is sorta true. Now, I'm not a natural physicist or anything, but this means that you can spend literal hours standing in front of him and trying to touch him without getting any kind of actual results, since it's, well, infinite. This is a nightmare of an ability to have to try and deal with. You can't really use any conventional means to try and get around it without getting punished pretty bad. You'd have to have some type of crazy broken hacks to be able to get around an ability that allows for infinite proximal space. On top of that already crazy ability, he's also got Hollow Purple, which is basically an existence erasing attack that causes pure destruction in its path. Alright, hey, let me just tell you, you do not want to stand in the way of one of these. It combines his red and blue technique, which by themselves already are some insane AoE attacks. So blue creates a point of negative space, basically forcing space to collapse in an inward motion, so it kind of generates an attraction force, similar to a vacuum or like a black hole. It drags everything around it in, and it just completely crushes it. Now red, on the other hand, uses reverse cursed energy to flip the effect. Instead of pulling, it creates a massive pushing or repulsive effect that blasts everything in its path away and outwards. So to break it down pretty simple, blue is pull, red is like push, and purple is kind of just a destruction of all and any kind of matter in its path. Gojo also has his domain expansion, Infinite Void. What this does is immobilizes his opponent and forces them to process an infinite amount of information, but in the worst way possible. It may not sound as bad as the other domain expansions like Synchronous, for example, but honestly, try to imagine forcibly having to consciously process every single sound, every single thought, and every single sight infinitely all at once. This not only turns your brain into silly putty essentially, but leaves you paralyzed in just a fraction of a second, which is more than enough time for Gojo to finish off his opponent. People also tend to forget that Gojo is way above average when it comes to close quarter combat. That boy got hands on him, so Gojo is really someone you cannot sleep on because you will get folded. But now I'm sure you're thinking, what about Kakashi? Hey, my guy Kakashi has something way more dangerous than people realize, which is his Kamui, and that's his go-to weapon. Kamui isn't just a regular attack, it's space-time manipulation. A little hard of a concept to kind of understand, so let me break it down for y'all just like I did Gojo's red, blue, and purple. Kamui is pretty cracked. It literally warps things out of existence and into a whole other dimension that it can never escape. Do y'all understand just how cracked that is? Never escape. The scary part is, it doesn't travel traditionally or laterally, and it doesn't just hit you either in the normal sense like you would think. It just kind of removes you, and you're just gone. And on top of that, Kakashi has the Sharingan, which at this point, we've seen quite a few people use it, and even though the awakened abilities of the Sharingan vary depending on the user, we still know some of the base hacks that it provides, like insane perception, prediction, or like some sort of precog ability. It's essentially like observation hockey before observation hockey. The ability to copy some movements, and it also helps with reaction speed. And if we're talking DMS Kakashi, where he has access to both Mangekyo Sharingans and the Susanoo, then this gets even crazier, leaning on the side of Kakashi. Because at that point, not even many people in his own series can really touch him. And in terms of battle IQ, don't even get me started on that boy Kakashi's battle strats. This is where he shines the most. All of that experience and wisdom that he retains, he is hands down one of the smartest fighters in all of anime. He's constantly analyzing you and adapting mid-fight, and he's usually always about 4 to 5 moves ahead of you at all times. Alright y'all, this is where things get a little interesting. They're both more than capable fighters in their own respective verses, but just how do they match up with each other? It comes down to 4 major factors. First, can Kakashi bypass infinity? Yes, he absolutely can, because it's not a physical attack traveling through to get to Gojo. It's literally warping the space itself and deleting it. So Kakashi can touch Gojo technically. The second factor it comes down to is speed and reaction time. Gojo is extremely fast, and we've seen him speed blitz before and also move around and cover tons of ground in fractions of a second, which is really impressive, not gonna lie. But Kakashi is used to fighting people like Guy, Obito, Madara, and even Kaguya, characters with insane speed abilities that scale to light speed. The third factor we're going to focus on is domain expansion, and this is huge for Gojo. With Kakashi pretty much making infinity a non-factor in this fight due to his hard counter of it, domain expansion becomes Gojo's ultimate weapon. This is where Gojo shines the most in this fight, because his only real shot at even winning at all comes down to if he can trap Kakashi in Unlimited Void. At that point, it's pretty much over. But that's the question though, can he catch Kakashi? With Kamui, you can make the case that Kakashi could escape it or just flat out avoid it. Or, how would Gojo know if he caught a shadow clone or not? And finally, factor number 4 is close quarter combat. You don't have to spend too much time here. Both are elite at hand-to-hand combat, but Kakashi has the edge in experience, technique, and adaptability. And with the Sharingan, it's kind of lights out for Gojo in a fist fight. Kakashi do got hands. So all in all, peak for peak, I think the winner's pretty obvious here. With all that being said, I've got Kakashi winning this fight pretty low diff too. Gojo does have some tools to make it a little entertaining for Kakashi, but overall, Kakashi is just too much for him. Especially knowing that Kakashi could just blink away pretty much all of Gojo's attacks. At that point, it comes down to the hand-to-hand combat, and I already kind of went over how I think that would go. So with me crowning Kakashi as the victor of this fight, I already know some of the Gojo fans gonna have something to say about this in the comments. That boy Gojo is cool, but he lost this one. And I'm curious to know if y'all agree with me, or you think I got this one wrong. So just let me know down in the comment section below, and make sure you like the video and subscribe if you want to see more. Also, let me know what kind of videos you want to see in the future.